A lot of cyclists, and I put myself firmly in this camp, suffer from poor posture. But apparently it doesn't need to be like this. Paul here, who is our resident fitness expert, is going to show me 6 exercises that will hopefully eradicate my poor posture. Stop me looking like a soup spoon.
It will certainly help. So we have 6 exercises which we will do just with a mat, and that is it. So are you ready to get cracking?
Yes, please, let's start.
So exercise number 1 is a very simple ab crunch with a slight rotation. So we're just starting off to engage the abdominals. Simon has his head supported with one hand and the other hand is just on his left knee. He's coming up into a crunch and then he's twisting that rotation from his core muscles to the outside of his leg and then coming down slow and controlled. Now Simon, you've got to count these repetitions. We're going to be doing 12 repetitions on each exercise, have a short rest and then we're going to move on to the next one. Exercise number 2 is a side plank. I'm sure you've heard of it, I'm sure you've done it as well. We're just going to add a little twist to it. So Simon is going to hold that strong side plank position, lower the hips down towards the floor, almost touching, and then driving up to the sky. As you can see, he's crunching those obliques and giving it a bit of double trouble here. So keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. When you're driving up, breathing out and then lowering down slowly. When you set up, make sure the elbow is underneath the shoulder to give that stability. So we're on the 12th rep, we're holding that side plank position. Now Simon, bring that right foot off that foot, hold it there. Now he's really testing his core muscles and also hitting his glute muscle as well, which is a really important muscle for cycling. See if you can do that maybe 1 more second than Simon's 1 second record.
Yeah, that's definitely taking my core to the limit there.
Exercise number 3, we're going to go and work on the upper back. Simon is face down, head on the floor, lifting his hands off the floor into what they call a T position. Simon is targeting those upper back muscles in between the shoulder blades, raising his hands up, contracting those little muscles, and then lowering the hands down. Now, Simon is not using any weights, but you could add some small dumbbells, a couple of tins of baked beans, whatever you've got lying around the house to make things a little bit more challenging. Simon, do you feel that working in between your upper back muscles?
I do.
You can. That's good news. Okay, so we're working on abdominal muscles and Simon is with his legs at 90 degrees, lowering the heels down slightly. Now, most important thing is when you start engaging those deeper core muscles, bring your belly button towards your spine and just trying to keep that back nice and flat onto the mat. So start-finish position is here. Checking out Simon's tan lines there, pretty cool. And we're going to extend one leg out and just drop the heel down towards the floor. Don't extend it quite so far. And when you do go out again for me. When you do go out, do you feel the lower back just wanting to raise off the floor? Now the key is to try and keep it strong and solid on the floor. Now make sure we alternate sides, so you go right leg and then left leg. Okay, keeping the leg which isn't moving just nice and fixed. So now just take the hands off the floor slightly. Okay, just going to get those stabilizing muscles working even more. Keep the control, keep breathing. Bring those knees back to that 90-degree position. Tap gently and alternating each side. Again, we're going for another 12 reps on each leg. Good work.
Thanks, mate.
Exercise number 5 is a variation on a Superman. So before we start, setup is crucial. Head down, hands a little bit closer, and make sure your hands and arms underneath your shoulders. So just bring your whole body forward slightly. We're going to really engage through the chest and the abdomen and through the core area. So make sure that back doesn't arch. So draw your belly button towards your spine to hold that trunk position super strong. Now, keeping that head down, we're going to extend the right leg and the left arm out slowly. Hold that position. As you can see, Simon's starting to wobble around, which is a good thing because that means all the other muscles, all the stabilizing muscles are reacting to stop him from toppling over. So slowly bring the left arm and right leg back to the central position. Good, touch, and then back into that extension again. Concentrate on your breathing. Now watch that back arching. Draw your belly button up towards your spine, engage those abdominal muscles. We're going to do 12 on one side and then 12 on the opposite side. Take your time, take it slow, controlled, and really understand why we're doing this. It's about working core strength, stability, and getting everything really in tune together. 6 and final exercises are going to be working on strengthening the upper back. Simon is face down. Put your forehead onto the mat for me, Simon. There, great.
My nose is a bit big, Paul, for this. It's getting in the way.
Awkward. Arms out straight and then hands off the floor. So Simon's in a Y position. He's then going to lift his hands towards the sky, pointing their thumbs up towards the ceiling, activating all through those upper back muscles and trying to strengthen those up. Try not to let the hands touch the floor. Come up and down nice and slowly. Again, we're going to complete 12 repetitions, just concentrating on breathing, keeping it smooth and relaxed, and just trying to identify those upper back muscles to help improve that posture. Once you've done 12 in that Y position, you're going to bring your hands down to a W position. Okay, so Simon, bring it down. So just have a little bit of a breather first of all. Bring the elbows down to the floor. Bring the elbows up a little bit higher so you are in a W position. Now lift the elbows off the floor. Excellent, and then squeeze and then slowly down. So this is not high impact exercise. We're actually being very precise in what we're trying to target. As you can see, Simon is just concentrating on his breathing, and every time he lifts his elbows, he's really firing up those mid-trap rhomboid muscles in the upper back. How are you feeling, Simon?
All right.
He's good. So imagine when you're out on the bike and you're holding on to the bars here. Try and think about keeping that posture nice and tall and really focus on strengthening that upper back here. Again, another 12 reps, and then we are done. Well done, Simon.
Thanks, Paul.
Now, apparently this is a really valuable stretch, but all I can think, Paul, is that this would make one of the greatest victory salutes that cycling has ever seen. Can you imagine?
It certainly would, but also it is a fantastic stretch for two parts, your hip flexors and also through the chest, which do get incredibly tight from sitting on a bike or sitting at a desk for too long. Also, Simon, another fantastic stretch for your chest, and that upper body area is here. So hips forward, holding onto a wall and just stretching through the shoulders and then chest facing forward. Again, holding your stretches, hold it for 30 seconds at a time. Now, I've got three variations here. High, middle and low, hitting all aspects of the chest area.
All right, well, I tell you what, Paul, thank you very much for those exercises. I'm certainly going to implement them. If you're slightly intrigued to know whether it is actually going to work, and I am not going to look like a soup spoon this year, then do make sure you subscribe to GCN. That way you can kind of keep a track of my progress, and also let us know how you get on as well.
For more training videos, click up here for a spinning session.
Yeah, or for an indoor core workout with Paul, then click just down there.